Hello, my name's Blackbeard, and I want to have a go at cricket. Some people think I look like WG, but I say that I like to set it on fire. Welcome to the Long Hop Cricket Podcast.
What the fuck was that?
It was Blackbeard.
What's
Been
Blackbeard got to
reading
do with
about
cricket?
Blackbeard.
What's
He
that?
looks like WG Grace.
Oh, right. And why does he like to set things on fire?
He sets his beard on fire before he goes into fights.
Does he really?
Yeah, it's all good. He laces it with thread and then sets the thread on fire
Why?
to be scary.
You reckon WG did that?
WG
Walking
might
out to
have
Lords?
lit his beard when he went out. Yeah, that's an intimidating bloke. Right. Today we're covering the second and last, thank God, ODI between Ireland and England.
Played at Lords though. Nice to see Ireland come to Lords.
That must be nice for them,
That
isn't
must
it?
be
That's
a,
pretty cool.
that's a big achievement. No, it is. Think
Yeah, no,
of
alright.
a minnow country.
Do we know
to
what
go and play at the home
what
of
the
cricket.
attendance was?
Yeah, it was like almost full house.
Alright,
22,000.
That's cool. That's really good.
We could have gone, but you refused.
That's not true. You never invited me. How can I refuse if you don't invite me?
You said you were busy. You said you were doing things last night. You couldn't come.
I never said that.
Were you busy
It
last
was
night?
it was never an idea. It was never. That's
We could have gone.
well.
Did a little video.
You need to bring it up next time.
Wow. See, can you see that, guys? Me, I have to bring it up because I'm the one who is in charge of the podcast. I haven't got podcasters block.
I wasn't prepared for this attack.
Right. Ireland come out to bowl first.
Yeah.
I suppose they didn't want to make the same mistakes they did in Bristol. Come out and bat. Thing is, though, the two white balls in ODI cricket, choosing to bowl, you're never going to get them to swing. They don't swing.
No, and I also think if you know you're a lot worse than the other team at batting, set the total and then try and use bowling.
The thing is, though, Ireland have a better batting lineup than they do bowling lineup.
I know, but your batting is not as good as England's batting, is it? You might be able to create some sort of pressure by batting first. Either if you get a bad score and you get early wickets and create some pressure that way, or you set a good score that England go, oh, we can't lose to Ireland. I think that's the only way. If you bowl first and get hammered around the park, then the game's done.
Well, I think you're in the game longer, aren't you? Because Ireland could have come out and got bowled for 120 like they did in Bristol, and they weren't in the game.
But you might take some early. There's always a chance.
Yeah, there is. I think Ireland did the right thing actually.
I wouldn't.
First.
If I wanted to, I think you're just helping England have a better chance of winning.
What I was going to ask you was the only reason you would bowl first now is just the chase, isn't it? There's no with two new white balls. The white ball doesn't swing. We've seen that. David Willey couldn't get it to swing. If he can't get it to swing, then there's not much chance. Mercer got a little bit to move.
Ball usually gets it moving a bit,
but it could only probably swing for the first, 4 or 5 overs.
And then it just
first 10.
looks like someone's been smacking it into dirt. It looks horrible.
Actually, it stays a lot whiter now.
Right. Okay.
Is there any other reason why you'd bowl first? Can the pitch change that much? Could it level out?
I don't think so.
With the sun?
I think, especially at Lords.
No, it certainly was a bit of a murky start, and then it turned into a beautiful day.
That's the only thing, isn't it? Maybe overhead conditions, possibly.
But then, the overhead conditions are just going to assist swing, and these balls don't swing.
Yeah, but
so it gives you the best chance of it to swing.
Yeah, so
for the very little swing you do get,
that could be it. But I don't think the pitch is going to be any different. For an ODI, okay. It's not going to change.
I actually gave Mercer a bit of tap last week, but he actually did get it to swing early on. The England team stays unchanged, and I think the Ireland team, do they make a? I don't even know. Who cares really? It's Ireland. The England team stays unchanged. Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Would you have liked to have seen Moeen Ali back in the team?
Not really.
We said we didn't want to see Duckett and
I'm not
Finn,
bothered.
did we? We said we weren't interested in either of those.
I like that Johnny Bairstow's done well. I really want him to get in the team somehow.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not sure really how he would fit into a full strength team. But.
So Root, Morgan, Bairstow all make 70s. And Johnny Bairstow, 76 off 44. No, 72 off 44, sorry. That's just I watched
Not
him.
out. It's not bad, is
Yeah,
it?
not out score. And I think he scored two sixes, a couple of fours, or 3 6s and a 4 in the last 2 overs.
You must be well happy because you were happy with him getting 10 not out to get his average up. And now he's got 72 not out.
I think Johnny Bairstow's my favourite player in the England squad at the moment.
Really?
I think one of them.
What if Brody was in the team?
Yeah, no, I like Brody. Morgan couldn't get 100 against his home nation, if you like. Root also doesn't get the 100, which we're seeing more and more of these days. But there's a lovely partnership between...
Are people starting to have a go at Root because he doesn't get hundreds?
Well, we've seen
Is that becoming a thing?
Well, I'm
is it?
slightly pissed about it.
Is that in the media, is it?
I
There's like, oh,
I don't think it is.
Get scared now. You used to make these.
I don't think it was after today, but I think we've seen him a lot recently in the last 18 months. Get 17.
People are looking for something when they're having a go at you for falling just short of making hundreds.
I think well, I like stats, and I like to see a lot more hundreds next to his name than 70s. So England go from 60 for 2 to 200 for 3. There's a great partnership between Morgan and Rooty, and those two really do look like class batsmen at the crease. Morgan struggling slightly with the shorter ball, but Joe Root looks like he's got just so much time right there.
He's just classical.
Now Joe Root plays in a manner which isn't like Johnny Bear, which isn't like Morgan or Hales or Root or Roy, and that is just timing the ball.
Yeah,
moving it around.
I love watching in the shorter format people playing just aggressive, proper cricket.
Yeah, keep it on the floor.
And you can score runs.
So he went for 73 or 73, so straight over 100. Can you see it becoming a problem in the future?
Innings of a runner ball?
No. Well, potentially, but would he have to adapt his gameplay to look to go power hitting, get bigger in the gym, or
score even more?
Score
faster.
Score faster runs, like you would probably expect for Roy.
I don't think so.
No, you think?
No, because
I think Joe Root's
I think he's
best
pretty.
I've ever seen.
He's just ideal. It was like when Trott was really good in ODIs.
Yeah,
he used to bat for a long period of time, but just like a runner ball, and he'd just make 100. And it's just your whole team can then be built around that player when they've got an innings like that. So no, I hope he doesn't change or feel the need to, because then you can start getting yourself in trouble.
England make 328 for 6. Now I thought they should have made 350. Sorry, especially when they were 200 for 2 off 35 overs. I thought, you know what, they could go at 10 over for the last 15. You see that a lot now with international cricket.
True.
But
it's 328. Just is the game done?
No,
I don't think so.
Because in 2009, was it 2011? It escapes me. Ireland chased down 320.
Right.
Ireland got chased down 327 against England.
Yeah.
It'd
be interesting to see the team they played then.
But Trott, KP, Belly. That before Morgan came along and England went in a different direction.
Revolutionised.
Yeah, before the revolution of English ODI cricket. I just want to speak to you briefly about Johnny Bairstow and if there's a position for him in this team going forward. Before we look at the bowling, we don't really need to speak about the Irish bowling too much. I think Chase and McCarthy look good. They look like they've got a bit of pace between them. Murtagh, I gave him a bit of slag last game, but he got it to move a little bit. But I just want to talk to you about Johnny Bairstow and can we fit him into this England team?
I think because we spoke about only if Rashid gets in as the spinner.
Yeah.
And then Moen's there as a batsman.
Well, Moen
gets replaced by
Johnny
Bairstow for me.
Okay. Bairstow makes 72 from 44, which really pushed us above 300. I think we would have, without him there, I think we would have got to 300.
That's such a good innings.
But he's really was hitting them so well when I was watching him out there. Looked really, really good, actually, Johnny Bairstow. And I don't think we can fit him in the team. And it's a real shame, but I think a couple of games ago, a couple of episodes ago, I was talking about I thought Billings was higher than him in the ranking to get into the team.
Definitely not for me.
But now I can't see.
No.
Though, what about if you were to chop one of the We spoke about it briefly last.
Chop a bowler and put.
No, chop one of the opening batsmen.
Oh,
Because
right.
that's the only time I can see Billings coming in front of Bairstow. Because Billings can open the bat in. I don't really want Johnny to open the bat in.
No.
But I can't see a way in for Johnny.
It's kind of a
Bairstow.
nice problem to have, really, isn't it?
Well, it's a happy headache.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's. I think
the reason he doesn't get in is because we've got 2 all-rounders in the team.
we've got 3
when
to
it's full
count
strength.
Wokes.
Right. Yeah, so that's why he doesn't get in the team.
And actually, if you count.
Because that's such a massive chunk of your middle order batting taken up by all-rounders.
Yeah.
Which why, if you're picking Rashid, I don't think they should pick Moen.
Really?
I think you pick one or the other.
Well, we saw the first ever time this has ever happened. Joe Root bowl his full 10 today. And he goes for 3 for 52.
Oh, yeah. He's a very good player.
What do you make of that?
What do you mean?
Well, Rashid goes for 1 for 68 off his 10. And
Yeah.
Rashid today was really not very consistent compared to what he was a couple of days ago, where Rashid was actually bowling he was attacking the stumps against right and left-handers because he has that variation. And he was getting players bowled.
Yeah.
This time he was either same kind of rash, pitching it short or not pitching at all.
Right.
But there was some good balls, and
There will be, won't there?
and I'm just thinking, do you need to have Moeen Ali because sometimes Rashid won't come off?
If Joe Root can bowl, if he's not injured or he doesn't have a back problem and he can bowl,
but he does have a back problem, doesn't he?
right? But if he's all right to bowl, I wouldn't pick Moeen Ali. Moeen Ali doesn't get in the team.
So do you think Joe Root's a better bowler than Moeen Ali?
I think he could. I think he probably isn't, but could do the job. I mean, if you're picking Rashid already, so you've picked your spinner.
Yeah.
Unless you think Moeen Ali's better at bowling spin than Rashid.
Well, I would have Mo and Rash in my team, I think.
Oh, that doesn't work for me.
I think you just have a beautiful balance because Moeen Ali's a brilliant batsman.
No, it doesn't work because then they always bowl Moeen in front of Rashid.
Well, they bowled Joe Root in front of Rashid today. Joe Root came on beforehand.
It annoys me.
But he's done better today, hasn't he?
So, but that's what I mean. If Joe Root can do it, then let's not
Joe
pick
Root
Moeen
has got
Ali
the
and
same
have
amount of wickets.
Johnny Bairstow.
Joe Root's got the same amount of wickets in this 2-match series than Adil Rashid.
Good, but that's fine. Good. We don't need Mo in there as well. And now we've got 3 spinners.
I don't think Joe Root's going to be bowling 10.
Should be.
If Mo comes
Should
back
be.
in.
If he takes 3 wickets.
Well, and he took 2 a couple of days ago.
He should be.
Oh, no, actually, sorry, Rashid's picked up 6 in the series, so he has beaten Root.
Problem solved for me. Mo's place, he's in trouble.
But why?
Because he's not needed. We can replace him with a better batsman and someone else in the team can bowl like he can.
I don't think you're going to have 10 overs out of Joe Root, but you'll definitely have 10 overs out of Moeen.
Yeah, but
I don't think Rooty could bowl 10 overs
only if
game.
we need it. We've already got a spinner with Rashid.
But it's nice. I think it's nice to have 6 bowlers.
Yeah, well, someone else can turn their arm over. Just put in the time with someone else. Get them to bowl a bit.
Right, let's talk about the seamers then. Now, the only seamer that let himself down today, but he only had 3 overs, was David Willey. Came back from injury.
What exactly is Willie's role in this team?
Opening bowler.
Is he opening bowler?
Yeah. And he only had 3 overs, and it was when Sterling, the big lad, was knocking it around all over the place. But I was just going to ask you, Woods bowled brilliantly. He's got 2 for 38 off his 8. Plunkett's got 3 for 23 off his 8. And Plunkett has been bowling really well for the last, I don't know, 6 to 12 months, I think. He's been bowling really well.
I always had a thing of not liking Plunkett. But I think he's kind of...
He's matured,
I think he's now...
I think he knows his role on the team. And he can
I really like him. I think he fits in the team really well.
So, if we're going to have... We need to have 3 bowlers, don't we? And Stokes gets in the team as your 4th seamer.
Yeah.
You're going to pick 3 bowlers. Who are you going to pick? You've got the choice between Wood, Willey, Ball, Plunkett, and Wokes.
Well, I'd have to pick Wokes.
So Wokes, you've got 2 of the bowlers. See, I'm starting to go towards Wood and Plunkett and leave Willie. But Willie offers you something different. He offers you a left armour.
Plunkers.
Plunkett.
Yeah.
And then your last pick between Wood and Ball or Willie.
I like Ball from what I've seen of him.
So Ball bowled all right today. 1 for 38 off 7. Not the end of the world.
Need to be convinced by Mark Wood yet, I think.
I think Wood offers you express pace. Plunkett was bowling up towards 90 today. I think he did.
Plunkett's pretty fast. He can be anyway. He can get in the 90s. Yeah, I to be honest, with the last pick, I'm not sure how much difference it makes. I'm not sure if any of them's way ahead of the other one.
No, the thing is, I think Ball's at the back of the queue.
Really?
Yeah, I think Wood, Willie, Plunkett.
I don't think
Ball. Whatever his name is.
I don't think Plunkett's the last pick though.
No, Ball.
He's in the team before the last pick. If you see what I'm saying.
So is Willie your last pick then? Do you think? The thing is, Willie gives you something different. He opens the ball on left arm. If there's any chance of it swinging, he'll get it to swing. He'll come into the right-handers, try and tuck him up. I think it's going to be difficult for Wood and Ball to get into this team. This ICC.
Do you think if Willie was right-handed, he'd get in the team? Bowled right-handed?
Oh, yeah, but
just...
No. It's
interesting, isn't it? Just because he's left arm, that means he's got so much more of an advantage on other people.
Yeah, but it's like... it's like left arm spin.
But how rubbish does he have to be before he gets shot?
I don't think Willie's a bad bowler.
No, I don't either. I'm
handy with the bat. Oh, I did forget to tell you, just mention how handy Adil Rashid was with the bat today. 39 off 25.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
He
Do we need Mo? Do we need him? Do we need him?
I'll tell you.
When we've got Bairstow.
It's a happy headache with all these players coming back. Happy. Do you think
headache. We should just see how we get on without having him in the team?
Oh, no, I don't like watching him. He's there on the sideline watching today.
You didn't like that?
Nah.
You're like, you need to be on the pitch, mate.
I like Mo.
No, I like him as well. But
I think he's actually underrated.
I think
not by the team, but by the fans.
I think he's becoming the Wayne Rooney of the England cricket team.
Oh, fuck off.
I do. Yeah, I think he's that player. They desperately want to get in the team, but it's just bodged when you get him in. It's like, well, why don't we just have a bowler that can do the spinning and then a batsman that can do the batting? It's like, now we'll go with Mo and he can sort of do both. Sort of. No? Don't you agree with me?
Well, I think Moeen Ali is first on my team sheet. Number 1.
Do you think he's, out of the all-rounders, the last picked?
Yeah.
Well, he obviously is, yeah. Well, out of batsmen, I think he's the last pick.
He's the last pick.
What about a bowler?
He's the last picked.
So in all three...
That doesn't mean he shouldn't be picked if he's the last picked, does it?
In all categories.
But he might... We've got a very good ODI team.
If you're just going on batting for batsmen...
We've got a brilliant batting lineup. We can't get Johnny Bairstow on the team. That's how much of a good batting
hold on. If we're just picking batsmen on batting ability, Moeen Ali is the last pick.
Yes.
If we're picking bowlers on just bowling ability...
Joe Root's ahead of him.
Yeah, that's a good point. And he doesn't even come into the
Moeen Ali, the last pick? Yeah.
And then all-rounders, he's definitely last pick for all-rounder.
Yeah, of course. There's no getting in front of Stokes and Wokes. But
it's interesting.
Those players we just mentioned, they're all brilliant players.
Right.
The only weak link I could think is potentially Adil Rashid just being consistent. But I'm getting bored of talking about Adil Rashid all the time. I just want to let him bowl and.
Yeah, but
I feel like we put too much pressure on him when he.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If you don't pick Moeen Ali, then we can see how Rashid does.
Right, well, that doesn't make sense because Root bowled 10 and did better than him today. So we're still going to find 10 overs from somewhere, and it's going to be Joe Root.
Yeah,
Joe
but
Root will bowl better than him.
Rashid is still higher in the queue, I feel, in people's view, to bowl if Moeen Ali's not in the team.
But
Joe Root is.
Sorry, but Joe Root did the exact thing that Moeen Ali would have done today.
Yeah, I know.
Came on before him.
But I think Moeen would do it all the time anyway. However the game was going, they bowl
Ronaldo's
Mo
a
in loads.
fantastic spinner.
You're just getting carried away.
It's
Let's try it without him. Let's try.
well, you obviously want to bring in Johnny Best, though, don't you?
Yeah.
I'd say goodbye to Mo. So we don't really need to ask you too much about your team going forward. I do actually want to bring up some of the Irish boys. That's Sterling and Porterfield.
Yeah, Porterfield's done well, isn't he?
Sterling opens up the batting and 48 of 42, and he was quicker than that to start with. A big lad, just throws his hands at it, gets it. And Porterfield, unlucky, I think. 82 off 83, he was left with the tail.
Yeah.
And he kind of had to go at it, go hard or go home. And
it's the strength in depth they lack, isn't it? They just can't.
I wonder what Ireland players there are waiting in the wings, if you like.
I don't know.
Bet fuck all.
Well,
because how old's Ed Joyce? 400? If Ed Joyce was English, he wouldn't be even playing county cricket now. I bet you.
Yes, he would.
He would.
Of course he would.
He's not as good as Trescott that you can go on forever.
No, he doesn't have to compete with one player, though, to get in a team.
I bet you he wouldn't. He definitely wouldn't be anywhere near the England team.
No, but that's why he went and played for Ireland. He knows that.
Boyd Rankin's supposed to be looking to come back after injury. Ireland have 3 test players play for England.
It's so stupid, isn't it? They need to sort that kind of thing out. It's not right. You can't play for a team and then leave and play for another team.
No.
Doesn't
but what
work.
about say if I'm Irish,
yeah,
and I've played up until I was 21 playing for Ireland and I was a good Irish player, like Ian Morgan. I moved to England to play county cricket. So I'm living in London, playing for Middlesex.
Go on.
I get my, after, I don't know how many years it is, 5, 6.
Yeah.
And I go and do my citizenship.
Yeah.
And now I'm an English citizen. So
right.
I've got a split passport, whatever it is.
Go on.
Can I not be...
No.
Can I... No?
No. You played for Ireland. See, the rest of that was totally point. I don't care about the rest of that conversation. As soon as you play for Ireland, that is the team you play for.
What about if I played for Ireland under 18s? Oh, okay, really?
That's playing for Ireland, yeah.
I think senior.
No, you pick your team,
right?
And that's the team you play for. It's like, well, I can pick which team I want to play for until I'm 24. But no. Where you from? Play for them. That's simple. It is for me anyway.
I think
it makes it way easier.
I agree with you. Most definitely agree with you to some parts. I think when you make your senior appearance for an international side, your senior appearance,
right? What age is that? Or just it doesn't matter the age. No. Just when you've made it for the
whenever
first
you get
team.
into the first team.
Oh right, okay.
Then you are then locked into that international team. Okay,
why? Why is that any different?
Because you could do what I just said, and that was come to England, you're English, and you become if you get your well, I don't know whatever they call it. If you become an English national.
But
then you could play if you haven't played if you're not already part of an international team. Get involved.
No, sorry, not for me. Definitely not.
What about if you're like KP, or you haven't played but you're obviously not. You're South African and got English.
I have less of an issue with that. If you've never played for an international team ever, and you have citizenship somewhere, and you want to play for that team,
if Owen Morgan
you can pick that.
Grew up in Ireland and lived there to 21, 22, came over to England, and let's say Owen's mum's English or grandmother's English, he's okay to go and play for England.
I suppose. I wouldn't want to do that though, but I'm more comfortable with that, although that's still not right to me.
Slightly.
I think, to be honest,
political.
with all sports, right, what would make it easier, and I know people would be upset with it, but they go, where were you born? That's who you can play for internationally. And then it just settles any problems like that. Just go, where were you born? I was born in England, but from the age of 2, I've grown up in Ireland.
I think, especially for minnow teams in any sport, the politics behind where or how or who you should play for is very difficult. And I'm glad it's not my job to sort it out.
Wouldn't it just settle it if it's just where you were born? Just makes it easier.
No, I don't think it would settle it. I think
Why?
Because then you might not give
it's just the same rule for everyone.
But you might not give the best players an opportunity to play on the big on the big screen, if you like, or
What do you
in
mean?
the big events.
How would that stop opportunities?
So say if let's say if Brian Lara
Yeah.
was Afghanistani
Right.
and he can't play Test cricket,
No.
he can't. He's probably he could be the best of the batsmen, but he can't
Yeah,
play on the big.
How do you know that hasn't happened anyway?
Well then it's a problem, isn't it?
Well,
I want
not-
to see the best
but
ever
that's
players.
more to do with like scouting talent. There's probably people who've lived in
It's like
Afghanistan
well,
who
it's like-
play
it's
cricket
like
that
Owen-
are absolutely fantastic, but they
it's
don't
like
have the
Owen-
infrastructure.
It's like Owen Morgan. He's been far the best ever player to come out of Ireland.
But doesn't mean doesn't mean he gets his pick and choose of who he wants to play for because he's good.
But because he has got
So if you're rubbish, sorry, you got to play for who you were born. If you're really good, we'll let you pick. That doesn't work, does it?
he has opportunity to move on, doesn't it?
Because he's allowed to play for who he likes.
Okay, so
'Cause he can pick.
Brian Lara at age of 21 moves from Afghanistan. Just for everyone who's going to comment when no, he's not Afghanistan.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And he moves to England, becomes an England national, can play when he's 28, and that's fine.
But doesn't it settle it? If you just go where you were born, makes
no,
it so
I
much
think-
easier.
The
Problem
I
solved.
think
Then
the
there's
politics
no
behind it
arguments.
is just. I think we should cut it.
Makes
I don't think
it
it's a
makes
good
it
idea
easy.
to leak up some time
it easy. Anyway,
with that. Let's end with some comments. I've done it.
yeah. Let's.
I'm just gonna. I haven't read them. I have read them, but we haven't done them in such a while. So,
Go on then.
so Ed has come back 2 weeks ago on the reason why people aren't playing cricket podcast. Is I think you could get people into any form of cricket. Naturally, people will start following their counties more, and so to increase this,
Could you say this again? You made a right mess of it. Say it again.
Ed, proofreading is needed in the future. I think if you get people into any form of cricket,
Right.
naturally, people will start following their counties more. And so to increase this, as you said, reduce cricket prices and put cricket on the television.
Yeah.
Which
Good comment.
I
Absolutely.
definitely, we'll come back to cricket prices just a second. They can't realistically put 4-day games on due to the time and how it's such a niche market.
All right.
You called for Cairns cricket to come on television.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a chance for it.
I don't understand
Ed's
that.
probably agreeing with me.
But, yeah, don't. Okay. He's calling him on your side.
Oh.
I'm scared. I know, yeah, I get you. I think you're right. I think he
It's
is on your
a
side.
niche market. People aren't going to the games, let alone watch it on television. You'll get more for advertising by putting on a British
What? So
soap.
you think they're more likely to go to a game than watch it on television?
Oh no, I'm saying that no one's
You
going to go
can't-
to
you
a game.
can't-
No one's going to go. No one's interested in
You
county
can't
cricket.
say no one goes to a game, let alone watch it on telly. There's more chance of them watching it on telly.
But because no one goes to the game, it just shows it's dead. Putting on telly, it would
But
just
it's,
die
not,
a death.
it's died because they've taken it off telly.
No, county cricket's dead, and really hasn't been on telly since 2000. I never watched county cricket on
Died ever
just telly.
since. Died ever since.
Right, but if you can put England and county T20 games on terrestrial television, adults and children will be naturally drawn into all forms of cricket, which is true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stick county
just need
T20 games on
something.
there,
Anything, please.
like the IPL. Stick that on.
All you bigwigs listening.
Hopefully, this will be done as the ECB are discussing with the BBC to air the new Big Bash-esque tournament. Though this isn't 4-day, it will increase people's interest in cricket, especially in younger people, as it's seen to be a boring game. Again, the podcasts are really interesting and funny.
Is he
Cheers, Ed.
saying that? Is he talking about the Big Bash they're building here?
Yes.
Oh right.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we can let's put some Australian 2020 on the
It's
telly.
the English Big Bash, if you like to call
Okay.
it. I would
That'd be cool.
welcome.
I just
you-
want anything really.
Though cricket, have you been down to Worcester since the start of the season?
What?
Because
Been
I remember you saying there's
into
no
the-
excuse.
Been into the ground to watch a game? No, we should.
No, why haven't you gone?
I haven't really thought about it to be honest. That's not true. I've driven past the ground a few times. Well, I
just
drive
thought-
past the ground quite a lot.
You've seen the ball.
I just be like, we should.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of work to that ground.
Right.
We really should. Let's buy a ticket. This is me bringing up that we should go. You wait until after the game.
Yes,
You wait until after the game and then go,
Yeah.
you didn't come. We could have gone.
Yeah, well, next T20. Next game, get us some tickets, about 20 quid each. I ain't paying for them.
All right, that's all right. I'll pay for it. Keep this podcast alive. Right.
Right, Anmol Gupta. Great podcast again, guys. It's on the same episode.
Very nice.
What are your best memories of cricket, playing or watching?
I've got some good ones, but
And who do you think is the most...
We'll save that for a whole new episode.
Yeah, thanks, Anmol. Who do you think is the most overrated cricketer for England at the moment, and all time? For me, probably Moeen at the moment, and Michael Vaughan for all time. Yes, he did.
I like the Michael Vaughan one.
Yes, he did lead England to that stunning 05 Ashes win, but with the bat wasn't great, and that series seems to make people forget about that.
I don't know if anyone rates him that highly, though, do they?
I think he's
Everyone
a good batsman.
acknowledges the fact
He's
that
he's like Atherton or Hussain, just like in that breach of like played in a shit England side, they got a little bit better because he was in the team.
they won 05.
Yeah, that's when they started getting better after that.
You said they were.
Yeah,
I
they
won't
were
repeat what you
shit.
just
They
said.
were shit.
Oh, well, we won't repeat that. Beat the best team possibly ever. So we'll leave that. Simon Jones. Do you want to?
Do you want to give your best memories? That's probably an episode.
No, yeah,
in
that's
itself, isn't it?
I said let's leave it.
All right, a couple more to come in.
Okay.
St Vincent de Paul has commented on our podcast saying when we talked about the England ICC Champions team,
Yeah.
as at least it's better than Oz.
I don't understand.
Our team, I'm presuming, better than Oz. Australia's
It's better
team.
than Australia's team.
Yeah.
But the England team,
Yeah.
of course.
And Jack Peters finishes off. Where have you?
Go on.
Where's SJ? Jack and SJ used to be mainstays of this.
Go on.
and we're missing SJ.
What's he say?
The main players are staying at the IPL, and also there are South Africa ODIs before the tournament. So
We're
we've
playing
missed those kind of comments.
Are we playing South Africa?
Yeah,
before
we've got.
Yeah,
some
of
ODIs
course we
before-
are.
Yeah, can I remember?
Yeah, no, sorry.
the
Yeah, they'll be
main
good.
players, which is Wokes,
Stokes.
Butler.
Yeah.
Not
It
main.
doesn't really matter, does it? If we're being honest.
Yeah, it's a great little comment, Jack.
I don't think 2020 cricket is a bad warm up for ODIs either.
No, it's
I don't
not.
think it does you any harm playing 2020s in a warm up
and
for
they're
an ODI.
They're playing in the best. We're the best players ever, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, so I've got no problem with that.
Not sure when the next England game was on. It's in South Africa, but I'll have to look for the dates. We will be back next Sunday
Yeah,
for a rainy day podcast. If you want us to talk about anything, get your topics in. We should certainly look
do you
at
reckon
it.
a good jingle for a rainy day podcast if we put in like
Pissing
raining
on
on
it.
a tin roof or something, like you're in the pavilion?
Yes, that'd be great. Yeah.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, well, next time you're...
Okay, yeah.
You can
Not
record
next
it.
one, the one after.
If you've liked this, give it a like. We'd love to hear from your comments. And keep subscribed. If you're new around here, subscribe, and we shall see you next week.
Cheers, guys. We